This conference will now be
Yeah, man.
recorded.
Go ahead.
Hi, so I have had 6 months of Java, Selenium, Jenkins. So it's a bootcamp coding, but basically we were learning to to have like uh, to have like visible experience for future work. So it's a bootcamp, and I have
Okay.
never. Yes. So, but I feel like after 6 months, it wasn't enough. I want to keep learning.
Great, great, madam. Great, great. We all want to keep on learning. We all want to keep on growing. That is why we are all here. That is why we want to grow.
Yeah.
So as per the chat messages that I see, most of you are from testing background. Yep. Most of you are from testing background, having some great number of years of experience. That's good to hear. Anyone wants to give a quick intro about yourself? Latasha, Hassan, Dharni,
Yeah.
Bina. Yeah, Bina.
Uh, yeah. Hello. Good evening. Yeah, I worked as a performance testing for 2.5 years experience, and I worked in JMeter and Gatling.
Great,
That's all.
great. Gatling is an amazing tool, first of all. I mean, I personally
Mm,
believe Gatling is an amazing tool for API testing.
yeah.
Yes.
I want to learn Selenium for more opportunity.
Great, great, everyone. Great, great. That's amazing to hear. Anyone else? Anyone else? If you are unable to hear, I suggest you to rejoin. Okay. So, Latasha,
Yeah,
Soumya.
hi.
Yeah, Hassan, go ahead.
Yeah, I am Mohammad Hassan. Yeah, I have 3 years of experience in both manual and automation testing. I have worked on a project with Cypress and Selenium automation with Java.
Okay, okay. You have already had some knowledge on Selenium, Hassan.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, great. Just give me a moment. Let me also rectify from my end. Now the voice is not cutting off, right? Anjum, Uma, Madhu. Um, now is the voice better?
For me,
Utkalika.
it's quite clear.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Utkalika, Uma, Varna,
Yes,
can
it's
you please
good.
hear me? Yes, yes.
Hi, so
Okay.
when
Yeah.
you speak, we can hear properly, but when the other people are speaking, they are cutting off for some reason.
Okay, okay. So, okay, then that's something I can't help with Kalika. Yeah.
So I'm not Kanika.
Utkalika, Utkalika. Can you help me pronounce your name so that I'll not pronounce it wrong?
My
Yeah,
name
it's
is Anjum.
Angel.
Utkalika.
Kanika is this is not me.
Okay, Utkalika. Yeah, Anjum. Tell me a quick intro about yourself. Within the next 2, 3 minutes, I want some people to give the quick intro about themselves so that
I
we can
just,
get
I
started.
just, sorry to cut you. I just wanted to let you know that we are not able to hear them
Okay,
properly.
there's nothing. Okay, is it the same for others?
No, it's
I,
audible for me.
I can hear.
Yeah,
I've
I
had.
can hear.
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually,
okay,
for
Oh,
great.
me, the voice is
It's
very low, Rahul.
audible.
One by one, please. Yeah. Okay. Okay, as long as my voice is audible for now, that works fine. I don't know what is the issue with GoTo, the technical issue with GoTo, but as of now, everyone is able to hear me clearly, crystal clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. That's it. So before we get started into whatever we are planning to cover, can anyone tell me why automation testing is important?
Madhu here.
To
Yeah,
cover
yeah.
the
One after
to
the other,
have
one
the
after the
coverage.
It speed ups the regression thing, which the multiple, I mean, if we are repeating the same task, so if automation is there, it will reduce the efforts and timing for us. We can do a
other.
night runs for that.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the projects are using agile development framework right now. So in
Okay.
that, it's like repetitive task. Every 15 days, new development is going on. So testing, regression testing is a major time-taking task. So if we automate that task, the new functionality testing will be easier.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Dhanashree.
yeah, the goal of the reducing testing efforts and like delivering capabilities faster, and also the cost efficiency is also important here.
I guess everyone is pointing to this image why automation testing is essential compared to manual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got
Need
it?
of the job market. Need of
Sorry?
the job market. Need of
So,
the job
madam,
market.
okay, NIT. How do I call you? Net only?
It's Neeta here.
Okay, Nita, sorry. So, Nita, it's need of the job market is something that is always there. And
Yeah.
second thing is saving time, saving money from the company
Yeah.
perspective. See, if a
Yes.
company is willing to invest on automation means that means they are seeing some ROI, they are seeing some productivity. That is why we are paid so high.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're not talking, can you please everyone put in mute? This is one request I have for now. Thank you. Yeah. So we all have discussed what is manual, why automation testing is important, saves time, saves effort, saves money. We have seen all these things. You guys have told me all these things. What is what? So what are the pros of having automation testing in picture? Reliability. What do you mean by reliability? They perform the same operation each and every time they run, thereby eliminating human errors. Got it? Because if I ask you to make payment for 1,000 times, you guys will do it. But some 15th time or 20th time or 30th time, because we are all humans. We are all humans. We are prone to doing some errors. That is called reliability, repeatability. So someone of our friends have said that if we want to do the same thing again and again, we can also use automation scripts for that. And one more beautiful thing we can analyze is that how the software reacts when we keep on executing the test cases again and again. Because when we keep on doing the same action again and again, if the software breaks, then it's not a good software. Reusability. Reusability is something which we know. Reusability is what? It is not about running the same script in different environments or different versions, different environments. We can run the same script on different versions. Yeah. Uh, Admin issue. How many of you are not okay? I see a couple of people. So give me a moment. I will rejoin again. Just give me a moment. I'll rejoin again. Let me see. Okay. Just give me a moment. I'll rejoin. So guys, I'm audible now. Is everyone clear with my audio?
Yes, before was also fine.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
you
okay.
are audible.
Yeah. Some people were facing the issues. That is why.
Yeah.
Got it? Everyone can see the screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So where we were talking about reusability. When I say reusability, we can execute the same scripts on different versions of the application. That means we can run the same script in different environments, different servers, and also at the same time we can run the same scripts for different projects also. Like when we are working in a product-based companies, they say like this product and that product is similar, only with minimal changes. So we can run the same scripts with the minimal configuration changes in for the other product, and we can also check whether the same scripts are working perfectly or not. So once we imbibe automation testing, what is happening? We will provide a better quality software. What do you mean by better quality software? We can run more test cases in lesser time with reduced team size. This is one of the eye-catching points that project managers always look at it. So you might be wondering, why project managers, Rahul? Why? Yeah, Anjum, I'll give a quick intro about it. Just I want to give some facts about automation testing, then I'll give a quick intro about me. Okay. So we will run why automation testing, because I mean the last point I was trying to say is we can run more test cases in less time with reduced team size. Okay. With reduced team size is something that is an eye-catching point for many of the project managers. Who are these project managers? They are the ones who will decide your pay scale completely, because based on the budgets of the project, they will decide whether we can offer or accommodate this much or not, whether by accommodating this much I can reduce my time or not. So when we deliver a better quality software with reduced team size, then ultimately it leads to cost reduction. What do you mean by cost reduction? When the team size is less, the cost spent on automation is perfectly, I mean, the cost spent on testing is perfectly less, because they hire a very top class quality automation engineer who helps them automate the task, repetitive task and regular task, in which they save a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of time. So when it comes to the speed, automation tools run tests significantly faster than the manual process. That means what? The script's execution will finish in a blink of an eye. That is what you mean by fast. Programmability. So when we program our scripts, we bring out some hidden information from the application. Like for suppose, if the pop-up message the spelling has been changed, some manual testers sometimes won't think that spelling change is not a big issue. But for an automation tester, when we validate the alert messages, even a small change in the spelling will throw some errors. Got it? If you are getting some random pop-ups for an automation testing, we don't know, I mean, manually we might ignore some pop-ups, but automation testing, it will catch hold of all the pop-ups, because if any unnecessary pop-up comes, the script will fail automatically. That ways we can pick out some hidden information from the application. We can also see what is the issues and all. Got the point, guys? Any doubts? Any doubts, guys?
No.
Is this clear so far? What are the
Clear.
Yes.
advantages of automation? So with this, I would like to give a quick introduction about myself. This is Sai Rahul Palwa, having over 8+ years of experience completely into automation testing, where I have developed multiple frameworks right from scratch using TestNG, BDD, Cucumber, and various design patterns also have implemented for my framework, and I also automated around 10K plus regression cases and end-to-end cases throughout my career, 10K plus cases. This is a very short intro about myself. Okay. Then, what are the other aspects of automation testing? The advantages, wider test coverage. So, the scope to create large number of complex automated cases along with the execution repeatedly. So, if the automation test script writers tend to automate more complex scripts, it reduces a burden on the manual team such a way that the manual team can explore more scenarios, explore for more test cases, explore for more negative testing, explore for more scenarios, so that the test coverage gets increased. Accuracy. What do you mean by this accuracy? Greater precision and lower errors than manual testing. Because if you want to do the same thing again and again, if you want to run the same test case in multiple environments, it will behave the same no matter what. So resource optimization. What is the main challenge of a testing process? Because what is happening? Continuous bills we get. Because we get a nightly bill, we get a daily bill, we get some overnight build also. So what we are doing here, we are getting consistent bills. So when we are getting consistent bills, it is difficult for a human to sit in the midnight and run the test cases, right? So that is the reason where automation helps you reduce your load. That is where resource automation happens. Got it? Got it, everyone? And effective test management.
Yes.
Enables tests to be traced, updated, and reused in the future. So the same test scripts can be reused in the future when there are some similar requirements and similar functionalities. So obviously the speed is the essence right now, because the project deadlines are so less that they want to finish the project in 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Yes or no? How many of you agree with me on this point? Everyone wants to finish the projects in 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Yes or no? Got it? That is the need of the hour. And in this time, speed of testing is essential. I mean, along with the quality testing, speed is something that most of the people are expecting. Got it?
So if you see some analysis that have curated for you, if you want to run a full regression suite of 1000 test cases, we need 160 man hours. It's when you say test case execution, it's not about simply going through the application and all. We need to maintain a track of what is the execution result of this test case in this particular bill. We need to maintain some evidences for this test case, because we need to showcase, right, in the previous bill it got passed, in the current bill it got failed. We need to develop all those evidences. We need to test, we need to prepare evidences. All these activities we need to do for 1000 test cases. Ideally, it will take 160 man hours to finish the 1000 test cases regression execution. Whereas for automation testing, it will take 16 hours to finish the execution of 6000 test cases of regression. Whereas for partial regression, we generally take 40 man hours to finish 250 regression test cases. Whereas through automation, we can finish it in 4 hours. For sanity, we need 8 man hours to finish the sanity test case execution of 50 test cases. Whereas through automation, we can finish in 0.8 hours. That means around 45-50 minutes. If you want to run the smoke, we can run the smoke for 15 test cases in 2 man hours. Whereas for automation testing, it will finish in 20 minutes. So that is the power of automation testing, guys. That is the power. It saves time, saves money, saves energy, brings work-life balance for especially for testers, because we are always under the pump. We are always under the radar that this issue has come, that issue has come, this bill has been released, that bill has been released. We are always under the pump. So this automation testing will give you some great work-life balance also. Not only from your career perspective, yeah, saves manpower to Shravani. That's absolutely amazing. So before we jump into automation, now we have seen automation advantages. Before we all kickstart our careers in automation testing, these are some 5 points that we all need to remember. Because whenever you're going for an interview or whenever you're switching to a project, these are some common stuff that you always get to know. What is the first thing? Don't automate a mess. Since we all know automation and all, don't automate a mess. Try understanding the product, understand the feasibility of the product, understand what can be automated. Then only you pick that for automation and write a script. Don't write a script without knowing the functionality or without knowing the product of the application. Second thing, avoid complex logic in your scripts. When I say avoid complex logic in your scripts, avoid unnecessary logic. Write the logic that is essential for your test case only. Got it? Yeah. 100% automation is not at all possible, because we cannot automate OTPs, we cannot do image processing, we cannot do audio video testing, we cannot do any biometric testing, we cannot do all these things. Only a manual tester can work on all these things. Got it? 100% automation is never ever possible. So, fourth thing, beware of automation testers who don't understand testing. See, for the first step to automation testing is having some idea or understanding of what is the testing processes, what is the smoke, what is the regression, what is the waterfall, what is agile model. The testers should know what are these terminologies, what are the basic testing processes that are happening. Because if you don't have that knowledge, then you'll never understand how to do automation testing. So the fifth and foremost thing is, always people say like, automation testing, it's like plug and play. You just write it, I'll play it. They'll give you one day time and they'll be like, run the whole regression suite. That is not what automation is. It's also a software development process where we need to build a framework, where we need to bring stability, where we need to pull up a lot of things. Yes or no? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
But the fact for automation testing is, we don't have any dedicated testers. We have to build the code by ourselves. We have to test everything by ourselves. We have to rectify the errors that we are getting. Got it? Got it, everyone? Clear?
Yes.
Yes. So there's a small quiz for you. What are the different automation tools that we have in the market? Can anyone name me?
Tosca.
Selenium, Jira.
Yeah, Jira is a manual testing tool. That's not an automation tool.
We have Selenium, we have
Cucumber.
Tosca, we have Cucumber.
Cypress.
1 minute. One by one, please.
Cypress.
Yes. Cypress.
Playwright.
QTP.
Catalan.
EFT.
Yeah. QTP or EFT are one and the same.
EFT same, yeah.
JUnit.
JMeter for performance testing.
Yeah. JUnit.
APM for mobile.
Yeah. I'm talking about
APM.
there's a background noise.
APM for mobile testing.
Okay.
Rest assured.
Jenkins.
Okay.
STM.
Okay. Rest assured. Jenkins.
STM.
Postman.
Postman. Okay. Some saying ready API. Okay, let's restrict our list to this much. Yeah. Can you keep all your mics on mute, please? Thank you. So based on the quiz that I've given, these are the answers I got. So let me break down some things for you. Okay. Let me break down some things for you. JUnit, TestNG, Cucumber, Rest Assured are not your automation tools. They are automation libraries. Got it? Dharani, I don't know why the voice is very low for you, because most of the crowd are having able to hear. I don't know, Dharani, what's happening to you. I'm so sorry, I cannot assist you in this. Yeah. So rest assured, Postman are the tools for API testing. Got it?
Rahul, we will also have functional, non-functional tools, and there could be some tools which will have both. Like we can do multiple testing, like API testing along with regression or functional testing also, correct?
I'll
Can we
go
have
through the complete. Functional and non-functional testing means that is UI testing and API testing. Correct me if I'm wrong.
no function? Non-functional means JMeter is performance testing is also non-functional kind
Yes,
of
yes,
testing, correct?
yes. Even automation
Yeah.
testing comes under non-functional also. Huh?
Automation testing comes in a non-functional. No, it's not all the time,
Because
correct?
not all the time, but most of the industry pundits
Yes,
say that
we
is, yeah, yeah.
because
If you
as
are
per
doing
as
you,
my understanding, yeah. So because we for regression, actually, if you're using functional testing, so like example, Tosca and Selenium, we'll be using mostly for regression testing, where already the
mm,
process is very repetitive. Correct me if I'm
yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're correct. But when you say functional testing, now you are the front runners of the testing process. But automation is never the front runner of the testing process, right? It is always like a supporting tool to enhance your testing process. That is why I said non-functional. Got it?
Okay. No, because okay, in the banking we are using them like as what we testers do the regression testing. So they also do. I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are using.
Yeah, yeah, they also do it, but you are the one who is certifying the automation, right? You got the point?
Mm-hmm.
You are the one who
Okay.
is
Okay.
authorizing this automation script. That is why I said it's non-functional. No one will come and say that this is the, you are the certifying, right? Whatever ultimately the
Got it.
test
Got
cases
it.
are, yeah, that
Yeah,
is the
whatever
thing.
the
That is,
expected result is written by us in the code will be not be validated on the other thing. I got it. Yeah, in
yes,
that way. Yeah,
that is why I
correct.
said non-functional.
Yeah, yeah, correct. Correct.
And Jenkins is a CI/CD concept. Got it? Jenkins is a CI/CD DevOps tool concept.
CI/CD is what?
It is, stands for continuous integration and continuous development.
Development.
Like you can see like a DevOps tool. You for now, if since you're not familiar with this terminology, you can say like a DevOps tool.
I think it's a deployment, it's not development. Correct me if I'm
I mean,
wrong.
this is not deploy. This is not a development. Code integration. When I say CI, that is continuous integration means continuous code integrations. Because if any code changes happen, these DevOps tools will pick the latest code based on the changes and they integrate the code in the latest target folders and they deploy it. Okay, sorry, deployment. Sorry, my spelling, my bad. Sorry, sorry. Correct. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you.
Uh,
Sorry, sorry.
what about GitHub and GitLab?
GitLab comes under CI/CD. GitHub is a code sharing platform. I'll explain all this. Okay. So here one thing you need to remember: Appium and Selenium come under one family only. They're not different. Appium is a derived version of Selenium, which is exclusive for mobile testing. Got it?
Yes.
So Tosca is a paid tool, right? QTP is a paid tool. Yeah. Catalan is somewhat semi-paid, I can say. Okay. Even Cypress also, they have a pro version. Cypress also, they have a pro version to implement parallel concept and stuff. Parallel concept. Cypress has a free version and a pro version. Got it? When I say a paid tool, not all the companies are willing to invest on these tools, right? Because what is their whole agenda? They want to cut down the testing processes, correct? They want to cut down the testing process in such a way that they will reduce their budgets. Again, you're paying something, again, you're investing on some tool. That is not the point, right? For MNCs will afford it, but 80% of the IT companies are mid-sized companies, product-based companies, and all the stuff, right? Yes or no? Got the point? So Playwright is an open source tool and Selenium is an open source tool. These are the two leading tools in the current market when it comes to automation testing. Okay. These are the current tools when it comes to automation testing. So Playwright is becoming a serious competitor right now, but Selenium still leads the race. Why? What are the advantages that we have in Selenium? It is open source, can be written in multiple languages, like Java, C hash, Python, JS, Ruby, Perl. How many of you know the first Selenium language was written in Perl only before Java, Python? The first script of Selenium was written in Perl only. Not Perl, sorry, Ruby. The first script of Selenium was written in Ruby. Can help us do cross-browser testing. Got it? Like executing the same code in Chrome, Firefox, Edge, etc. Got it? Got it? Can help us implement parallel testing. What do you mean by parallel testing? If you want to run 5 test cases at a time, that is what Selenium will give you support for. Got it? Easy to install.
Can you please repeat the step number 4?
Step number 4 means as a manual tester.
Browsers, Rahul?
No, as a manual tester, you execute one test case at a time, right?
Mhm.
As a
True.
automation tester, yeah, as an automation tester, it will launch, if you want to execute 7 test cases at a time, it will launch 7 browsers, 7 Chrome browsers or 7 Firefox browsers or 7 X browsers at a time, and the test cases will execute it parallelly. Right?
Got it.
Yes. Easy to install and less hardware to consume. Got it? Tool is Selenium is flexible. That is the main asset. Selenium is flexible to use. Got it? Got it, everyone? That is why it's still leading in the market.
Flexible to
Larger,
use means on what
flexible
context?
to flexible to use is, see, Selenium is like a tool. We can integrate with extend reports. We can integrate with any database. Like if you want to, like Selenium as a tool, we can integrate with anything. Got it? If you want Tosca to connect with our database, check our APIs. Again, you have to enable the protocols from you have to do a lot of whitelisting from your system to enable the tunneling mechanism, right? No need of all this stuff. It's easily integrate with any kind of application. You can write your own locators. You can start working with it. It's easy to use. Even if there is some additional enhancements in XPath 2.0, we can also use the latest XPath functions. The Selenium can be integrated with any programming language as I've suggested. That is where I'm saying flexible to use. It can be integrated with any third-party tools for logging and all. Got it?
Yeah, okay.
Larger community support. That is there, larger community support. Because why larger community support matters here? If there's a larger community support, you will always get to know the latest enhancement, latest updates, any issues you can ask in the firm, it'll be rectified or resolved or something. This is what it happens. Playwright is a new tool in the market. It's just like a new tool in the market, which is stable for last 2 years onwards. Got it? Since it's a new tool, it takes some time to become stable, right? Because Selenium has been there for the past 20 years. That is why it is stable now. Playwright is a new tool which has been launched by Microsoft it have started in 2020, but
Rahul, one doubt.
Sorry?
But it is only for web application, right?
Yes. Let me complete my points, then you'll understand. Which is stable since last 2 years onwards, because they have released in 2020, but the stable version has come in 2022. Playwright. And another thing is Playwright is not. Playwright is developed by Microsoft. You know the Microsoft strategy, right? Initially, they'll keep it free for a very long time so that the users get accustomed to it. Once that is accustomed, they'll make it as a paid tool. You got the point, guys? If it is Microsoft, this is the strategy that they follow. They can make this tool paid at any point of time. In which they can make this tool paid at any point of time. Got it? And also supports Chrome and Firefox. Supports Chrome and Firefox predominantly. Playwright. And for larger projects, it is not stable as of now. For larger projects, it is not stable. Because if companies want to migrate from Selenium to Playwright, it is not that of an easy job. If it's a fresh project where the scale of the project is pretty less, then Playwright is still working because it has been stable from the last 2 years only. Got it? There are a lot of enhancements that can be done. And in fact, Playwright, we don't have some, like how we have some direct functions in Selenium, we don't have that kind of a library built in Playwright. Got it? Library is not as extensive as Selenium. Got it? See, it's a real competitor for Selenium, but what I would like to say is there's still work in progress, guys. And this tool can be paid anytime. Got it? If they feel that many people are using it and if they make it paid so that to generate business, they will make it paid also. Selenium is not like that. It's open source. It remains open source lifelong. Got it? Got it, everyone? The main difference between Selenium and Playwright?
Yes.
So these are some reasons why Selenium is still leading the race, and Selenium with Java is still leading the market race with respect to job opportunities and project. Got it? Larger community. Java is also a widely used community. Got it?
But actually, I have one question.
Mhm.
In my company, they are not accepting Selenium because of open source. They are telling because if it is open source, then our code will not be secure, so we will not accept Selenium. They are telling like this. So how we can compromise them to introduce the Selenium in our projects?
Selenium is educate them what is open source. Open source means what? You can download the whole Selenium library, modify the Selenium library as per your own style, own making, and you can create your own library called as Myram. Myram Selenium. Got it? That's the meaning of
Mm,
open source. Got
I'm
it?
not able to hear you properly, and there is some breakage.
Is the same for everyone? Is the breakage same for everyone? Because
No,
I don't
it's
have
No,
any.
no.
Mm, can you please repeat now? Sorry.
Okay. See, when I say Selenium is an open source doesn't mean that we are exposing our code to the Selenium tool. Open source means you can download the Selenium library into your system. You can create a clone of Selenium and you can develop your own tool called as Selenize, and you can keep on working on the tool also. Got it? That is what you mean by open source.
Okay, got it.
Open source doesn't mean that the code is exposed to Selenium. No, Selenium is a tool. The library is something you are adding into your project. You are adding something in your system. Okay.
Okay.
Your APIs won't be exposed. Why I'm telling you this well means because I have implemented Selenium in one of the most private client environments. There, what they
Okay.
have seen as per their analytics, the code is not exposed to Selenium. It is like a tool which is interacting with the browser. Always remember, Selenium is a tool that interacts with the browser. That's it. It
Correct.
doesn't share any data with anyone. No analytics, no nothing.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah,
So
got it.
help
Thank
them
you.
educate. Help them educate what is open source. That is more than enough.
Okay. Okay.
Got
Actually,
it?
I have also searched in Google, but I didn't get this answer. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. These are all the quick intros that we had about automation, the different tools in the market, and we have also given some clarity what are the different tools, how do they behave and all the stuff. Got it? Is it clear, guys? Any doubts?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a doubt. Is there any hidden pricing for the Selenium?
Your voice is breaking. Could you repeat your question, please?
Uh, is there any hidden pricing for the Selenium?
Hidden based.
Hidden pricing.
Can you type your question in the chat window? There's some breakage I'm observing. Please.
Can you mention something for the
Maybe
Cypress? What about Cypress future?
Yeah, sure. I'll put it in Cypress. Cypress supports JS and TS. This is one of the biggest drawback because if you want to go to Selenium or Playwright, if you know Java, that's fine. Java, Python are something popular. Got it? But if you want to learn Cypress, you need to know the basics of JS and TS. That means JavaScript and TypeScript.
But Cypress Java also support.
No, they won't support. They won't support. That is from the official channel of Cypress only. They support only JavaScript and TypeScript. JavaScript,
And
not Java.
Catalan?
Let me give you. Hidden pricing means no hidden pricing, Hassan. There's no hidden pricing. Everything is open source. Nothing like Playwright. Everything is open source. Supports Chrome predominantly.
But
Okay.
it will integrate the Selenium with CI/CD pipelines, Cucumber,
Yes.
all these
Yes.
framework.
Exactly.
Then
Yes.
also it will be open, right? Open
Yes.
or
Open source. That is why I told you it's flexible to use, na. That is where the point comes. Flexible to use.
but reporting only one drawback is there in Selenium, but that also we have
See,
some
yeah.
tool
See,
to
reporting.
integrate.
Yeah, Playwright has its own reporting tool. Okay. See, Selenium, since it has this drawback, we should take it as an advantage. Why, if we have this own default reporting tool, we have to stick to that own default reporting tool. Tomorrow your organization says like, no, bro, I don't like this template. Can you modify the template? Yes, you can modify the template with Selenium. Got it? With Playwright Cypress also, you can do it, but you need to work on the configuration part a lot. Got it?
Okay.
Think that negative as a positive because not everyone is comfortable with HTML reports. Some say I want Excel reports. Some say I want some customized HTML for my project. Got it? Got it?
Yes. Thanks.
Multiple window switching is not possible. And foremost thing, Playwright has overtaken the Cypress market. From a business perspective, Playwright has captured the Cypress market, complete Cypress market. For the organizations who they are using Cypress now, they are trying to make a workaround to convert to Playwright because this is JS. Playwright is also JS. Playwright also supports JavaScript and TypeScript. I'll go for Playwright because it's more efficient than Cypress. Because as a pro, if you want to know the full features of Cypress, you have to go for a pro version. Playwright doesn't have that. Everything is open source as of now. Got it? Clear?
Yes.
Catalan Studio, I can't comment much about Catalan Studio because some people say Catalan can be integrated with Selenium and all. So I don't say Catalan individually as a tool. You have to integrate Catalan with multiple tools. Then only the real essence will come out. Okay. Catalan is not like a open.
Yeah, what do you mean by does not switch between frames in Cypress?
Okay, frames means you see any ads, third-party ads you see, right? Yes or no? You see the third-party ads in a website, right?
Yeah.
All the third-party ads will be present in a frame. If you want to switch between the frames, it is not possible. It is not that easy. It's not that flexible. See, wherever you see any third-party ads, no, they are present in a frame. Got it?
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, not much, I guess.
Okay, you see, remember one thing. Whenever you see a hoarding on the road, whenever you see any hoarding on the road, what is that hoarding all about? There's a separate space given, right? In the hoarding, there's a separate space
Yes.
given there. The same separate space you can assume in websites as a frame.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Multiple window switching is not possible at all.
No.
I mean, it's not
Okay.
possible. We
Thank
have
you.
to work with single window. Got it?
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Now we are done with this. Since we are done with this, let us see what are the contents we are covering for you guys.
Rahul, do we have any disadvantage or we can say a kind of restrictions where selenium will not be that much good or where we have to, go for some other alternatives or some kind of thing with selenium? Because what
Nothing
happens
like
in the
that. No, I'll
yeah.
tell you a couple of things. Selenium cannot automate OTPs. That is one thing with any automation tool. Selenium cannot
Okay.
automate image processing. That is the same thing with other tools. Got it?
Okay.
Selenium Selenium doesn't do biometric validations. It doesn't. It is applicable for all the tools, right?
Okay. Mhm.
See, the one thing Selenium cannot do, whereas other tools can do, is inbuilt API testing framework. If you want to do API testing in Selenium, you have to integrate with REST assured library. Whereas when you work with Playwright now, it has its own inbuilt mechanism to do API testing.
Okay. Mhm.
On perspective of that, you can see, but that doesn't serve as an advantage because REST assured has extensive libraries of API testing compared to Playwright inbuilt libraries. As I told you, it's still evolving. Playwright is still evolving. Okay.
So we can use Selenium as mostly as a regression tool, not for the APIs
Yes.
testing that we thought, yeah.
Yes, Selenium supports only web browser. See, Selenium tool is for browser interactions.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Thank you.
let us see what are the Java concepts that we are covering. We'll be covering variable declarations, string functions, string builders, string buffers, conditional statements, looping statements, constructors, method declarations, switch, enums. We'll be covering all these concepts as part of the fundamentals of Java. So what is the next thing we are covering? Arrays and collections. What do you mean by arrays? 1D array, 2D array, 3D array. What are these arrays? How they are used in real time? What are the different collection concepts that we have? List, set, hash map, tree map. And we also have a dictionary concept. We will also see what are those DQ. We will see some new collections called as sequence collection that is there in JDK 21 and queues and more collections with respect to Java. And we will be seeing some inheritance and interfaces. What are the basics of inheritance, super keyword, the purpose of interface, the different types of interfaces, super keyword in constructor, simple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance. Yeah, these are all the things that we are going to cover because inheritance and interfaces are such a important topic from automation perspective that we need to have some crazy knowledge on this, which will be discussing on this, which will be giving some insights on this interfaces and inheritance. So we'll also be covering lambda streams and Lombok expressions. These are some additional advanced Java concepts which we all need to know, because if you all need to know, it will save tons and tons lines of code, and it will improve your execution speed. Also, we'll be seeing about different file operations like writing the data to the file, reading the data from the file. What are the different file functions? What are the different file operations that we can do? We'll be seeing all these things. Then we'll be seeing exception handling, try catch block, finally block, multiple catch blocks with one try block, checked versus unchecked exceptions, compile time versus runtime exceptions, handling the errors at the runtime. These are the kind of exception handling concepts that we are covering. And also, we will be covering optionals, records, sealed inheritance, and sealed interfaces. We'll also be sharing you a couple of programming questions where you can practice so that you can apply for interviews and all, or if in order to improve your logical skills in programming. Got it?
I
Got
have
it,
a quick
everyone?
I have a quick question. Hello?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go
So,
ahead.
would there be any framework are you going to teach us or
Yes, yes. I'm not yet done with my plan. As of now, I've finished with the Java part only.
okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yes. Is this concept is the see Java is a very vast subject. I agree, but I've handpicked the topics which are essential for automation testing. Clear? Is this clear,
I
guys? Any
have a
doubts?
question. So, yeah,
Yes.
so for this Java course, how much time will be giving for this much of portion of
Yeah,
Java?
we'll be spending around 15 days where I'll be giving you some homework also where you'll be need to solve this programming questions and all. We'll be spending around 15 days where I'll be teaching you the important concepts of Java that is essential for automation testing. 15 days max. Because the Java what we learn, it will be carry forwarded to the next class. Like today, if I discuss variable, next class I'll carry forward with the variable. So it's like an integrated coding. It's not like I teach separate topics. I carry forward with topics. That way you feel like, okay, we are covering topics in brick by brick. Okay.
Okay. But then 15 days for Java is not less
It's not
because
less. It's
Yeah,
not
even I
less
feel the
compared.
same. Yeah.
See, here the one thing I would like to correct it. We are not covering all of these topics. We are covering only the Java that is essential for automation. You should make this point clear. Got it? Clear, everyone? If we feel like if you, yeah, if
Sorry,
we
just a
feel
quick
like,
question.
yeah,
Just a quick question again. So I assume that you're going to be teaching a framework that involves Selenium and
yes,
Java framework.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Rahul, one more request. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
after once you cover what all points you're going to do, so can you please let us know what are the prerequisites required to learn the Selenium because Java is one of them. Apart from that, what else has to be there so that we can also brush up certain things on our end?
Actually, this course is all about Selenium with Java, so we are going with Java only. We are going with Java right from the scratch.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So are we not? We will be covering that. I have heard something BDD framework,
Yeah,
Cucumber.
give me some moment. This is only for Java.
Okay, fine, fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
me a
we are super
moment. I'll
excited. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
give me some time. Let me go through all the slides because I've segregated everything for you. Because if I put everything in one window, you guys will be confused now. What is happening?
Agree,
Yes or
agree.
no?
Right.
Yeah, yes, correct. Agree, correct.
So I'm breaking down into different topics so that you'll understand what I'm doing. So we will be seeing the basic concepts of Selenium. We'll be seeing how do we create a Maven project, what is Maven, how do we add dependencies or libraries to the Maven project, concept of properties file, Maven profiling. We will also be discussing Maven lifecycle, how do we trigger the test cases through Maven, all this stuff we'll be seeing. Then we'll be going through some Selenium architecture. What is the Selenium 3 architecture versus Selenium 4 architecture? What are the major differences, major enhancements? Because the common interview question that you will be asked is what are the difference between Selenium 3 and Selenium 4? This is a genuine, straight, sure, short question that you'll be asked. So whenever we are working on a tool, it's always advisable to know the architecture of it. If you know the architecture, then you'll understand how the tool behaves and you can work accordingly. Got it? And how do we launch browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari? How do we launch these browsers? And there are 4 different ways to launch a Chrome browser. There are 4 different ways to launch a Firefox. There are 4 different ways to launch an Edge browser. There are 4 different ways to launch a Safari. How do we go through all this? Then we will be seeing different window switching and handling. How do we create a new tab? How do we create a new window? How do we launch multiple tabs in Windows? How do we switch between windows and tabs? And we should also know the outdated way. That is, how do we launch tabs via JavaScript? Because this can come in handy anytime. Okay. Then we'll be discussing some locators: ID, name, class name, link text, partial link text, XPath, CSS selector, tag name. We'll be discussing all these kinds of locators in our sessions. And also there are some advanced locators in Selenium 4 to above off, to below off, to right off, to left off, nearby. All these 4 locators will be seen throughout our course.
And how
Then
many sessions will be devoted for this XPath and locators?
see, my personal experience says that if you dedicatedly spend on XPath and CSS selectors as a conceptual wise, you'll never ever master XPath and CSS selectors. If I cover more, and I'll be covering more end-to-end scenarios where I'll be taking more complex websites, where I'll be giving you a live demonstration of how to pick XPaths and all. Because you should not take XPath as a separate topic. You should take it as part of your scripting. Then only you'll master it. Got it? With practical examples, I will be showcasing you how the XPaths should be written, because different websites have different XPath strategies, right? We'll be covering different websites, different things. With that, you can see, we'll see what kind of XPaths you should use in different situations. That is what I'm trying to portray in our course. If you take it as a dedicated way, you'll never ever master XPaths. You should always put it in an application and see how it is happening. Got it?
No, I'm not saying dedicated. I'm saying just asking how many sessions will be there for this topic.
Actually, there is nothing for topic wise. On a whole, I will take 15 to 20 days for Selenium as a whole in order to cover all the functions, because XPath, I will be teaching the concept. Like day 1, I'll be teaching the concept. Next day, I'll be teaching the implementation of it. So there are total 11 types of XPath. So I'll be teaching you the implementation concept. There is nothing like 1 class or 2 classes something, because concept wise, if you ask me only concepts, I can teach you in 2 hours, the different types of XPath, what is what and all. But in order to teach the implementation of XPaths is something time consuming. You got my point? If you want the
Yeah.
conceptual wise, we will be teaching you XPath concepts. Like I'll be preparing a manual, like this is the type of XPath, this is how you need to do. I'll be teaching you the concepts wise in 1.5 to 90 minutes to 120 minutes. That is not a problem. But that is not sufficient. We have to actually implement here, because I spend more time on implementation of XPaths. That is what I'm focusing on. Got it?
I got it. What I was thinking is, see, you being an experienced guy, it's a couple of minutes of time, like you will spend it.
No,
But
no, no.
then we being the learners, just like sessions attending, we need some time to practice, because
Yes, yes.
at the end, until the locators will not be comfortable for finding the XPath of that object, it will not be able to proceed with any of the other topics in Selenium. That's why I was concerned for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
topic as well.
I'll tell you one thing. When I take about browser actions, see, when you say browser actions, ultimately what is the agenda of finding the element? You want to click, you want to enter the data, you want to select, you want to see, right? So first agenda always for our script is to find the locators. Obviously, I'll give you time for practice. Remember this thing. Obviously, I'll give you some time for practice. And if you feel like there is some conceptually you're struggling, I'll be taking more examples also for XPath, because I don't deal with any Gmail or Flipkart site or something. I take some realistic complex scenarios. Like for example, if you see like Paris Olympics, if you see this Paris Olympics 2024, for example, this is one of the dynamic websites. You see, this is one of the dynamic websites where it is a single page applications. Got it?
Yeah.
Where there's a single page application. The XPath strategy, what you have used for other site will not work here, right? You have to change the strategies. I'll be giving you the strategies of how do you think for different situations, different locators. I'm not saying like I'm teaching for 1 hour or expert or something. The same expert conceptually, what I'm telling you, how do you implement for different websites? That is what my whole agenda is. Because not every day you stick with one web application, right? You have to keep on working with different web applications. You got the point?
Yeah, I got that point. My concern, I just wanted to understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Your concern is absolutely fine, and you need not worry about that, because we'll be covering multiple scenarios of XPath. You will
Yeah,
realize that
because
okay, these
now I'm also concerned about the Java duration, because at the end base is Java. Selenium, those topics are like not much time. That's why you said that 15 days Selenium topics you'll cover it. Base is Java and these locators, how we'll find out the objects. So
see,
Java 15 days,
I'll
because
tell
see, why I'm saying, because that needs practice. Lot of practice we have to do. So that's my concern. That's why I'm asking all this.
see, when I teach a concept, I'll give you also, you also need to practice daily on a 2-3 hour basis. When you have any doubts, we will also clarify in the subsequent classes. Also, I'll be giving you some coding questions, some scenario based questions. You have to practice and all, because not only me giving you some realistic examples, it's all about you also practicing, right? It's a two-way process. If you all practice and if you come up, then only we can cover more scenarios. Because I told you 15 days conceptually. Conceptually, I'm covering you 15 days, but that includes programming also. We will also spend extra classes for programming and all the stuff. Conceptually, I'm taking 15 days to cover it, but I'll also spend some extra hours to give you some programming examples, programming concepts, some realistic scenarios I'll be covering. Because if you go for strings, now strings is a huge topic, but though complete strings is not required for automation. If you go for constructors is a huge topic, but that is not full constructors is not needed for automation. You got the point?
Yeah.
See, what I'm doing is topic seems huge, but we are handpicking only that is essential for automation and framework design.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yes.
See, Java is a very vast subject. If you think like that, Java is never ending. It will take around 50-55 days to cover all this, but we are handpicking the top concepts which are essential for automation only.
Okay. Thanks.
So we'll be
Rahul, one doubt.
yes.
So at the end of all the sessions, if we listen carefully, we will be able to automate the web application, right? So
Yeah, you will be in a position. You will be having the capabilities to automate web applications. Of course, challenges are prone to come. If you face any challenge, you
okay,
can let you and tackle the challenge.
okay,
You can start building up a framework after the course is completed. Okay.
okay.
Okay. So you can see click send. You will be seeing how we handle different Selenium actions and all. And we also see what are the different wait conditions: implicit wait, explicit wait, fluent wait, and how do we prepare our own wait conditions. Because apart from these three waits, we can also prepare our own wait conditions. And we will also see the action classes, the additional library from Selenium: click, double click, send keys, context click, move to element by offset, click and hold, drag and drop, and all the stuff. Then I'll be also covering some JavaScript functions. How do we highlight the elements? How do we scroll the pages, generate alerts, refresh pages? How do we perform the send keys and click actions using this JavaScript functions? So what are the different kinds of screenshots? Capturing browser screenshots, element screenshots, capturing screenshot using A-Shot, Monte Recorder. And also we'll be seeing how do we handle different frames, by name, by ID, by element. How do we handle or switch between frames? Okay. And what are the other topics? We'll also be discussing shadow frames. How do we upload and download the files? See, download the files concept is a bit flaky, guys, in public websites. But when you're working in a company environment, the download file concept is a bit stable. But still, I'll showcase your download file process. Chrome options, desired capabilities, killing existing browsers via command line. How do we handle sliders? How do we handle browser-related pop-ups? How do we authenticate the browser? You get a pop-up right at the top. You have to enter the username and password. How do you do those authentications? We'll be covering all those things. Got it? Got it, guys? What are the things we are covering in Selenium?
Yes, yes.
Someone was asking their
Yes.
concerns. Does anyone have any concerns on this, like Java? Got it?
I just have a quick question. Would there be any Jenkins integration between
Yes,
Selenium
yes,
and?
yes. We have. That is the next topic I'll showcase you after showing Test Engine Cucumber. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
See, you don't have any doubts or any concerns. Every topic will be covered properly in depth with live examples. That is one thing I can assure you from my side. Okay. You might feel like these many topics are there. How are we covering? See, we are covering only the fun topics which are essential for automation, because there's a very huge library. What is essential for automation? What is essential for you to kickstart your automation framework designing? That is what we are thinking at. Okay. Then we'll be seeing TestNG. How do we write test cases? What are the different annotations and the sequence of executions? How do we create a dependency between test methods, parameterization, TestNG attributes, soft and hard assertions, event firing decorators, parallel testing, grouping of test cases, and how do we use the data provider via Excel, via CSV, via JSON? How do we use this data provider concept via hard-coded data? And we'll also be going through some listeners, WebDriver event listener, iTest listeners. Got it? ISUT listener, execution listener, annotation transformer. These are some kinds of listeners you will be understanding what is what. Then we'll be going through some Cucumber concepts. How do we create a new feature file, scenario and scenario outline, data tables, runner file? How do we prepare the scenario name based on the tags? How do we do parallel testing? What is the concept of examples, Cucumber annotations, hook, class, background, step definition? We'll be covering all these things. And we will be seeing how do we integrate Cucumber with JUnit, and we'll be seeing how do we integrate Cucumber with TestNG. Okay. Then we will be covering the different API testing concepts. What are the different types of API calls? Put, post, get, delete. We will be seeing what is rest assured. How do we, so before we go into rest assured, we will have a quick session about what are the JSON basics, what is a JSON array, JSON node, what are the libraries that we need to use to work with JSON, what are the different params that we have, query param, form param, how do we prepare test cases via rest assured libraries, what are the different validations like Hamcrest basics and different authentications like basic and digest authentication. Also, we are covering Postman, a bit of Postman automation scripting also. That Newman scripting and all, will be also covering those. Got it? And also we'll be having a quick overview of what is the SOAP, how do we perform API automation using HTTP client, because SOAP predominantly works for post operation. What is the difference between SOAP and REST? What is a Ready API? Ready API, I'm giving a quick intro because it's a paid service. Ready API is a paid service. Then we'll be seeing all the different Excel operations. How do we add POI libraries? How do we write the data? How do we update the data to file? Read the data? How do we use cell styles for Excel formatting? Then we'll be seeing the concept of properties file. How do we read the values from the properties file, write the values, maintaining different files for different environments, creating a master slave mechanism, a real-time usage. How do we generate extent and Allure reports? Got it? We'll also be going through a quick walkthrough of HTML PDF Spark. The code remains same for all the HTML reports, but there is a slight configuration change for all these reports. That slight configuration changes is something we are discussing. The concept and functionality is same, but there are some slight modifications for each and every report type. That is what I'm covering. Then we'll be seeing Allure reports via TestNG and via Cucumber. These reporting integrations are so simple, guys. I mean, after I explain you how to do the reporting integrations, you yourself, when you practice, you feel like, okay, we have discussed the easiest way. Don't worry about this. Then we'll also be covering some basic overview of, we'll be teaching you hybrid linear BDD approach, data driven, keyword driven and modular driven. We'll be giving you a hands-on experience of what is what. Got it? Got it, everyone?
So out of these frameworks, you will be giving only the hands-on on modular and keyword-driven.
No. I'll be showcasing you linear framework, hybrid, data-driven BDD approach. Keyword driven and modular framework, I'll be showcasing you after these frameworks are completed. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
Because this is very rarely used frameworks in the market. That is why I'm not focusing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So coming to this, what are the different Git concepts that we need to use? What is Git, purpose of Git, difference between Git and GitHub? What is the exact flowchart? What are the different tools that support Git apart from GitHub? What are the different commands you need to know? Basic. See, Git is a very huge library, guys. Out of that, cherry pick these commands and you need to know this basic commands. That is more than enough. Got it? And if you want to perform the same commands using IntelliJ, how can you do it? Share projects via GitHub, add files, commit changes, push, pull, changing the branches. Got it? Then also we'll be going through some SQL basics like select query, insert update query, because in couple of interviews I've seen people asking about some how write a SQL query and all the stuff. Basic select queries that you should know, guys. Okay, basic select queries is a minimum that everyone is expecting from us. Got it? What are the different CRUD operations? Create, update, delete, read. Different SQL commands, DDL, DML, DCL, DQL. So whatever the commands we have CRUD, I'll be classifying what is DDL, DML. So they won't ask you to implement all this, but it is good for knowledge sake, because in interview they'll ask you what is a DDL, what is a DQL. Select command falls under which type. We should say DQL. Why they're asking you all this is because there's also a demand for database testing also. When you do normal database also, you need to know. And they'll ask you some questions just to check your SQL knowledge. Okay. After going inside the company, no one will care what you're doing. But just for interview sake, I'm mentioning all this terminologies. Because we all go for not only automation roles, we all go for SDET roles also. That is the agenda. So what are the different tools that we can work on? So for the people who are wondering what is CI/CD, so CI stands for continuous integration, where we frequently integrate code into a shared repository. Automated tests run on each integration to ensure code quality and catch issues early. This promotes a collaborative and quality-focused development environment. So CD stands for continuous deployment, where they automate the release process, ensure the code changes are deployed to production, and reduces the time from code commit to code deployment. This is the terminology. And what are the basic tools required? Jenkins, Apache Maven, JDK 11, these are the prerequisites. And AWS or Docker is something I will try to schedule it as part of a special class if time permits and if you are all interested, because I have to renew my EC2 machine, which I'll be doing it and I'll keep you updated. Got it? Those are all the bonus topics which we will try to cover, or we will cover them in a special classes. So when we say about Jenkins, what is it? Setup of Jenkins tool. How do we set up plugins? How do we configure the build via Git repo? How do we trigger the pipelines and observe the logs? So the whole agenda of CI/CD pipeline is when we trigger the pipeline, how should we observe the logs? What are the different things that we can do as an automation engineer? Because you can also argue that Jenkins is a very big subject like Java, but we are only covering the Jenkins part that is essential for automation testing. Okay, got it, everyone? Yep. Then you'll also be seeing some JDBC concepts. How do we integrate this as a database with the Java? How do we fetch the results? How do we insert the results into the database and all the stuff? We'll be seeing all these things in this program. I hope I have clarified most of your queries, like whether we are covering this or that or not. Yes or no? Got it? Is it clear? Any doubts?
Clear.
So we'll be taking 45 to 50 sessions to cover this course, Manisha. And if we feel like there are something more additional components to be covered, we'll be stretching our course a bit. I don't mind stretching the course, but I always focus on quality driven training rather than this number of sessions. Basically, we'll take 45 to 50 sessions, but if we feel like there are some more examples we need to cover, if you feel like this is some pain area where we need more discussion, I don't mind spending an additional hour or two to help you understand that concept, because I never compromise on the quality of the teaching that I'm doing. And how can we make a shift from manual to automation? One moment.
And
One
what
moment.
about the REST API?
That we are covering now, rest assured. I have showcased you. I have showed you, right?
Yeah. And can we
I,
download the video?
no, you cannot download any video. This video is for view only, and the recordings will be shared to you separately.
Okay. So separate recording we cannot download in our local system.
No, recordings are not downloadable.
One request. So whenever the
So those
recordings are
recording
getting
we can access as a lifetime or 6 months or one
Lifetime.
year.
Life recordings are for lifetime.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah,
So how
Anita.
much is the duration of the course, entire course, and
Uh,
what will be the timings?
as I've told you prior that we are our duration of the course is 45 to 50 sessions, but still, if we all feel like we need to cover more examples, more scenarios that we want to get more clarity, I don't mind stretching the sessions a bit, because I don't want to compromise on the quality of training. And the session timings will be from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Since I had a meeting in my office today only 9:30, but tomorrow onwards it will be from 9 to 10.
Okay, Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday, 9 to 10.
Okay, and what will be the mode of payment?
You can talk to our team. They'll be assisting with the payment modes.
To whom?
You can talk to Kumar Gupta sir. His number is there in the WhatsApp group, or I'll be putting Kumar Gupta sir number right now in the chat window. You can
Okay.
talk to him for any enrollments.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Got it?
Yeah, I have a question. So you said 45 to 50 sessions, right? So it comes up to like a month and a half,
Yes, exactly. Got it?
and we can have more sessions if we want. We are not like if you want
Yes,
to.
yes. Yes, yes. If you're not comfortable and you feel like you're struggling at a concept, I don't mind stretching my classes a bit because ultimately you should be clear. This is your course. You guys need to be clear.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Do we
yeah,
have
tell me.
the recordings of these sessions?
Yeah, we are having the recordings of the session. We'll be
Okay, so
sharing the
you
recordings
can
of
share with us.
Sorry, we'll be sharing the recordings of the session in a while.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
You'll be getting all the recordings. And for the people who are struggling with any audio issues, I don't know what is the reason for some people, but I suggest all of you to go through the recording so that you'll understand what we have discussed. Got it?
So Rahul,
Okay, sure.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Got it?
And Rahul, one more thing. When we are having these recording sessions, now, I request your team to update with the topic which we are covering, because sometimes if we want to repeat the topic or we want to revise it, it is difficult to go and search. So if
I'll
that
put
can
on
be
a
done
word.
from the
I'll put on a
because I
word with
have
the team.
attended previous sessions also, like JMeter sessions. We have
Hmm.
requested, but it couldn't happen there. So
Hmm.
in this, if we do it from the beginning, for example, if you are teaching a particular topic in Java also, if the topic name is been mentioned on
Hmm.
the video, it will be easy for us to revise, because that will
I'll
help.
drop a word to the team and I'll definitely take this suggestion.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I don't know why many people are facing audio issues because audio is perfectly fine from my end and most of the people are able to hear the audio.
So Rahul, the regular session starts from which
Tomorrow.
date?
Tomorrow.
Okay, so we need to pay before the session, right? So
Yes. Exactly.
we need to be ready tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow onwards, regular session will start where directly I'll be going through the basic fundamentals of how do you install the tools.
Okay.
And some above questions. Currently, I'm doing manual testing and I don't know automation testing. Yes, you will be in a position to attend any interviews, Akshay. Regarding when you're switching from manual to automation testing, you'll be in a position to attend some interviews and your success rate of clearing the interview will be pretty high than the normal one because we'll be covering major areas and we'll also be helping you build a framework. And also, whatever framework we are building, you need to take that as a project and you need to showcase as part of your GitHub profile. You need to showcase your project on a GitHub profile. That gives more weightage to your profile. Got it, Akshay? I hope I've answered my question.
And Rahul, you are telling so many things. Like, even I'm also from a manual background. Like, you're talking about Jenkins, talking about
Mm-hmm.
GitHub,
Mm.
libraries. So, how the things are getting integrated with Selenium? Can you help us? Like, see, Java is one thing. Framework, you're talking about framework. So,
Mm-hmm.
how to relate all these things? How to connect? When I'm not able to
Uh,
visualize it. So that visualization
Anita,
is good. Yeah.
I'll give you a quick visualization about it. If you want to do Selenium, you need to know Java, right?
Okay.
So for Selenium with Java is essential. Got it? Anita,
Yes. 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 Yeah.
and you want to share your code base to someone, then we have to use Git.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Then if you want to do API automation testing, then we need to use REST assured. As a manual tester, you know how to use Postman. But if you want to automate a similar thing, you need to know Java with REST assured. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
And if you want to run the code on a nightly basis, like after every build, the code should be run. That is where CI/CD will come into picture.
Sorry for CI/CD. Can you please repeat?
See, they'll ask you to do the execution in the night times, in the midnights. You will
Okay.
not be there.
Okay.
The
Okay.
CI/CD will schedule the things and it will run the code on behalf of you.
Okay. Okay.
I hope the map is perfect.
Ha. Ha. Fine. Yeah. Up to this, it is fine. Yeah. what is Jenkins, and you're talking about Maven, you're talking about
I'll explain you in detail. I'll explain you in detail what is Maven, what is Jenkins and all. I'll explain you in detail. Maven is a build tool. Without Maven, we cannot integrate with Jenkins. That mapping you understand.
okay, fine.
Got it?
Not very clear, but yeah, maybe I will also try to do some homework at my end. Then maybe with that, if I'll come, because
Yeah.
see how it is happening. For example, if you want to have a car, so if you want to run a car, you should have a key. You should start petrol
Yes.
hona, then gear dena, then clutch brake. मतलब some kind of thing connections to run the car smoothly.
Yes.
Something to run the Selenium smoothly. These are the add-ons which required, and what are the different add-ons will do, how they're interconnected, what will give what will
Anita,
happen in GitHub. So like that.
yeah. Anita, if you want to visualize it real time, if you are a part of the course only, you'll understand because I'll show you visually what is what. I write a code here, then I move a code from here to here. Then I say, how do you integrate this? That actual visualization you'll get to know when you're part of it. That is my suggestion, Anita. No matter how much homework you do, unless and until you put it on the code, you will not get it.
Okay, okay.
If you want personally, you can connect with me. My number is there. You can call me. I'll draw some. You can clarify your queries if you're not still not satisfied.
Yeah, because that is the major thing, Rahul. Most of the manual testers will have that fear in their mind, even if they, enroll with the course. And the way you mentioned that cracking the interview is not a big deal these days because we know what all
Mm.
the type of questions will be asked. But
Mhm.
when we go to the organization where we really have to work, that struggle should not be there. That is the main
Yes,
agenda
yes.
of our.
Anita, my whole course is about real-time course only because I am also the one who struggled to come to this stage because I also
Yeah.
worked hard for years to come to this stage. I know the struggles of a manual tester to come to this stage. So with combining all my struggle related scenarios and combining with your feedback, the course is driven that way. It is not
Okay.
fixed. So if you want to see the reality, Anita, let it be any automation tool or something, let it be for any manual tester that I would suggest, even in my organization also, be a part of the show so that you'll understand more clearly. If you want, I'll draw a roadmap and show you. That is not a problem. I'll give you a mind map and I can show you tomorrow. That is not a problem. The first thing I can draw a mind map and I can show you what is what in a free drawing tool. But don't worry, everything is integrated. I will show you a step-by-step scenario of how do you integrate in your job also. Okay?
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rahul, for clearing all these doubts. Thank you.
Yes.
I have a question regarding group project. Will we create like a project from the scratch with the group, or it's on by our own?
See, Myram, if you want to with a group, you can select your peer partner in the group and you both can work together and you can have a peer-to-peer review or you can work with me. I'll also you can work with me. I'll also give you my peer-to-peer review. You will understand how we work in an office environment and you can understand what is what. Got it?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Would there be any chance that I will get another free video like tomorrow? Is it possible
Yes,
to
you can
decide?
talk to the team. You can talk to the team, Anjum. They'll be assisting you in all these things.
Uh,
Because I'm only on the technical side of things related to payments, related to the session, free sessions and all the stuff, Anju. You can talk to the team. They'll be helping you out. As far as my best knowledge is concerned, tomorrow also you can attend to the best of my knowledge. I'm not guaranteeing you anything, but you talk to the team once. They are the right ones to tell you how many free sessions and all those things they are handling it. I'm just only
as
the
far
technical
as
part.
as far as I remember, I think it was written 3 sessions free, and then I can pay and move on.
Sure,
Forward.
maybe. See, I don't see all those things, but my main focus as a trainer is how what is the technicality part? How I'm here to help you clarify your technical part of doubts. That is my whole agenda here, Anjum. Let it be
Okay.
free classes.
So say if I'm not interested in having all the training, like all the things, because few of the things I already know, I'm an automation tester. Um, would there be a chance that I negotiate on that, or
Anjum, the thing is, this is a full package course. If you want something separately, you have to connect with me separately. Okay.
okay, all right, sounds good. Thank you.
Hmm. And Jayanti, it is not difficult. Personally, if you feel the job market for Java is only better. Python, why you feel it is easy means because it is written in one line and lot of predefined libraries are there. I don't mind it, but currently the market is towards Java only, because when you're working with web applications, Java is one of the right choices, I would say, because the whole of the Java applications, if you see, major of them are built with Spring Boot, they are built with Hibernate. Major of the web application market is being dominated by Java. And I personally feel Java has a very great community support than Python. Python is still evolving and it is mostly used for data analytics, machine learning, AI, ML, and all the stuff. When you see for a Java, you don't worry. It is not difficult. It is just like you have not been given the right guidance, Jayanti. You need to go a step-by-step process, Jayanti. If you go a step-by-step process, if you build brick by brick, I don't think it's that of a difficult thing, Jayanti. Got it? Yes, if you have, Sweta, if you have knowledge on Selenium with Java and if you understand the architecture, you can also understand the Playwright architecture easily, where I'll be giving you a free walkthrough of Playwright, what it will be. I'll just write a sample script using Playwright and I'll showcase you what is what after the Selenium session is completed. Got it? A free walkthrough I'll show you. After the course is completed, I'll just spend some time, one session or two sessions to showcase you how the Playwright will work. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you, Rahul.
Yeah. We are only providing trainings, and if we have any referrals among our market, then we'll be recommending you there for the referrals. That is what we are providing you, Akshay. We are not providing any placement assistance. We are only providing the capable. We are only a training place, and if any jobs occur in a referral network, we'll definitely share here, and you can apply for them if we get some jobs in a referral network. So, your point is, I'll need simple code so that, yeah. So we are going a brick by brick. I'm telling you the point is we are going brick by brick. We are teaching everything from the basics till advanced. Like I'll be discussing a fundamental part, then I'll be building something on top of it. Got it, See, the whole course will be built brick by brick, then only you'll go to advanced. The only thing support I need is from you is your practice. If you keep on practicing only, the essence of the course will be there. If you're not practicing, then that becomes a problem. Okay. Is it clear? Any doubts? If you don't have any doubts, then we can continue tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you, Rahul.
Sure. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.